Hello. Kind of misty, and that's because I have the shades open. Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to my Feeding the Duck, um, little oh, anyways, let's get into this. Not gonna be too long on here. I just want to come in and touch base, with you all. And I know for many of my friends in America, with the bank, um, 2 banks going down, and I hate when I see something like that because it's just like, "Oh my god, said banks would be going down," and they are. Maybe causing some kind of craziness coming into the week, Monday, Tuesday. So this is where, as have said that at the beginning of the year, and I started saying in January and February through some of my um, logs that we really have to prepare, especially financially, and get ready for financially. And I know for many of you, you're out there and you are struggling, and I know it can be difficult. Um, the financial market it's going to be going through some crazy turnabouts and ups and downs. So we really be cautious with everything. Don't overextend yourself. This is a time to reduce what you're doing. That's what's going to be your protection. If you are looking at I just got like if you're not locked in your mortgage, I mean, I'd be locked in. If this is where it's like not a time to really move about, right? So it's not a time of extension. Good morning. If you're extending yourself in a lot of ways, especially financially, I'm going to say it's going to bite you in the ass. It really is. This is not a time to. I'm going to say if you're wanting to go out and buy a brand new, I don't know, trailer or a brand new whatever. And I know for sometimes if it's a necessity, yes. Like necessity, I got a yes. If it's just because you want to expand, this is a time to really look how to recycle, reuse, connect with the community, get with the community. Interest rates will be going up. This is only the beginning of interest rates going up for this year. Interest rates are going to be going up quite high this year. So if you're um you know, if you might be in a 7% mortgage right now, that seems high. That's nothing for what we're going to start seeing and what's going to be happening, especially beginning of next year. That Mercury square Mars is really a humdinger. I'm gonna say humdinger. It's really one that's really or it could be an agitation, really get you going. And the way that Uranus is moving, this is all about your stability. This is about the bank system. This is where a lot of this energy is coming in for when in the 30s. I mean, there's so much convergence of timelines again. All of these timelines are converging into one space, and it's it's like trying to stuff it's I got like it's trying to stuff Play-Doh in a small tube. Now, if anybody has children, you know what Play-Doh is. You're putting the Play-Doh into the tube, and of course, there's going to be a lot of oozing out, right? You're going to try, people are going to try and keep pushing it into this small tube, and there's going to be a lot of oozing out. I mean, we have the Dutch farmers right now are protesting because of the laws that they want to implement about the nitro coming off the farm. So they want to get rid of the farmers, but then they want to build housing on those farmers for new immigrants and stuff like that. So this is where, I mean, huge migration is going to be happening over the next while, where people are going to be wanting to move, leave their country because of, either um, strife, war, all types of things. So we're going to see huge influx of migration. Now, not every country can take people in. And I know this is a controversial subject for people, but we also have to look at it's like, how well is the country taking care of the people that are already there? That's got to be number one. Nothing against new people coming in. It's wonderful, but there has to be some kind of balance that's within this. And this is also about control factor. How can we control the population? And as Pluto, especially going into Capricorn, is a control of population. It is one that looks at the groups in society and humanity and how we work with humanity. Pluto is it's a planet that we don't talk about much. It is for Scorpios, it is our ruler. It is the death and resurrection. That is what Pluto is. So there's a lot of death with Pluto. Death can come in, but out of the ashes rises. So we have a death and resurrection. We're seeing as he is leaving Capricorn for a short time and going into Aquarius at 29 degrees, Pluto is bringing in huge death to situations, huge death to banking systems, to corporations and the like, to get us to awaken to what we need to rise up to. And this rising, this energy is where we have been so complacent for so many years that people don't want to move, don't want to budge on anything because it's always been this way. Why should I worry? One of the girls at work, I was mentioning things about what's happening with some of the schools in the United States and the issues that they're having with talking about certain subjects that sometimes you don't talk to a 6-year-old about. And she says, "Oh, that's not true." I said, "No." I said, "You look it up." I said, "It is true. This is what part of society is doing." We had it here in Calgary. Like, I mean, I had a debate. I got to take my sweater off now. I'm getting into this, people. I had a debate where somebody mentioned, "Oh, well, what about Mrs. Doubtfire?" Now, if nobody knows what the movie is with Mrs. Doubtfire, it is with Robin Williams. I said, Robin Williams wasn't trying to go out and sexualize himself in order to show children how to gyrate. I said, there is a difference to that than what this is happening. To take a group, this is all okay. I'm going from banking system, I'm going to one extreme to another, but this is where you're starting to see a society change. This is where you start to see the fall and the crumble of a society. When you start seeing them going after the farmers, the banking institutions, all of this, when you start seeing that, this is the awakening. Now, what can you do about it? It's like, it's not to get into fear. It is about preparation. Anybody who, if you're religious, if you are whatever religion you are, it talks about preparing, being prepared. Prepare yourself, prepare your family, be prepared. What does prepare mean? Not only to prepare is a spiritual sense, because when you are prepared, you can help others prepare. But if you are not prepared, if you are lacking, if you are struggling, then you're going to have a harder time in order to help somebody else, because you are the one who's going to be scrambling. So this is where, a time of huge wake the fuck up. I mean, a lot of the warning bells and things that I've been talking about for some time. I mean, I'm probably going to get another strike on my YouTube for this. But these are warning bells that I've been talking about for so long. I've had to start a new Facebook page, and the only way I access my Facebook page now is through my computer. I don't have the Facebook app. I don't have Messenger. If anybody wants to message me or anything, it has to be, I will maybe once or twice check my Facebook, post some Stonehenge, and then I'm gone. This is where, especially with social media. And I also mentioned about social media about another platform that now they are wanting to take off, especially now if the United States takes this platform off. And this is awakening for anybody who's on that platform. I mean, I don't post on it. I'm on there. I have posted, and it's TikTok. It's where you're going to find that it's going to be gone. I mean, they're going to take it away. They're going to ban it in some way because it is controlled by the communist government. So I mean, you signed whatever you signed to go in there, and of course they can listen to your phone, they can listen, they could do all kinds of fucking bullshit, right? This is huge transformation and change. This is where, and the thing is, here it goes. So we want change and we want it boom, 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 boom. Smack. We want it now. We want it now. But this is how life works. This is um a gradual change. This is where it's coming in. It is morphing, it is moving, it is expanding in different ways. And as it is doing this, it is creating an evolutionary change, a revolutionary change. And that is what we're heading into. We are heading into a revolutionary change in the world, within our planet, within our society. And this is how we as people, like any time the elite or the kings, the queens, whoever they are, the lords and the ladies, try to control and control and control and control and control. There is, the Serbs, the peasants rebel. It doesn't work. It's coming to that point because they are going after a part. They're going after a area of our world that is innocent. One is our children, to go after our children, to control our children. You control the children, you're going to control the future. Because if you can manipulate their mind now, well, then it's going to make it normalized that pedophiles are normal, because we're controlling young people now. We're letting them know that now. So when we're having this conversation, when we're seeing these changes, this is what is transpiring. That's the lower evil energy that is there, and it's in your face. It's in your face. When they go after the farmers, it's in your face, because if they take away the farms, they take away the your food. What will you have to feed your family? This is where the energy is. The energy is trying to awaken you up to say, hey, there's a better way of living. There's a better way of living. And the only way to do it is to come to the center and come to the heart and come to your soul and listen to the soul. So much has been based on fear. So many people have been going on fear. Fear. They ran out and they got a jab. Fear, because I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my job. What? Turn it around. And if you said no, you said no. What would have been the reaction if we said no? The thing is that when you work with the light isn't one that says, here you go, big prizes. No. The light is allowing for this growth to happen, because it knows if too much to you happens too fast, not a good thing. The dark, come on, do this. We're going to give you this. We're going to do 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 this. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we'll change it this way. We'll do this. This is best. This is best. Don't look over there. That's how they sway you. That's how they get you, because it looks so fast and it's easy. It's Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. Fast, easy, let's go. But nobody wins really in Vegas. There are effects to what is happening, to the responses that have been made as a society. Now is the time to awaken, to make the changes. there's always, the thing is that the divine God always gives us opportunities to create new changes in our life, to step into the light, always. And I feel like right now it's like almost where the divine is playing this chess game, and this chess game is saying, okay, I'll see. Okay, yeah, you want to win that? Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see. Until he says it's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn to get you to wake the fuck up. I always say, listen to your soul and listen to your heart and follow that. But if you want God to do it for you, well, then that's a fucking bigger wake up than you have ever expected. And this is where it's at. This is why I lost my Facebook page and had to create a new one. This is why they've tried to take over my Instagram. This is the I would love to post cute little, like, I would I would love to live in a chateau and just film the everyday goings on living in a chateau in France, and my garden and buying antiques and stuff, but that's not where I've been put. That's not my divine role. At least that's not what I feel my divine role is. My divine role is to speak out, to speak to even though my audience isn't big, but that audience that isn't big, that's the seed. Those are the seeds that get planted, that create the change. It is that beautiful dandelion that breaks through the cement. It's only one, but it just cracked the whole fucking cement. That's where it's at. It's not sometimes the ones with the million followers, because sometimes you get lost. You get lost in all those voices. This is where it's allowing for you to have those voices, to have that piece, so that you could go and spread it out even more. And that's what we need to do. Next week, it's going to be a hell of a ride. A hell of a ride. And now I know Canada's banking system is different than the United States, but there is a influence because of our liberal government that want to want to follow suit with the United States in some way, and also want to follow suit with another country too that he admires. It's where, when we go back to the migration and immigration and stuff like that, that is huge. Because if we allow, and this is where some control, if we allow way too much and it's a stress on our system, we have to really look at that as well. Because it's not, we have to be able to help ourselves before you can help others. We need to clean up our own backyard before you can clean up somebody else's. But it's so easy, it's so easy, as I say, to go clean up somebody else's house than to clean up my own. It's so easy to go in there and clean it up and make it all pretty than it is to come into my own house and do the same thing, right? Because it's your energy that you have to work through. That's the reason being. It's your energy. And when you have to work with your energy and clean up your energy, that means there's work to be done. That means there's, oh shit, I got to look at that. Oh my God. Yeah, I guess I got to pick that crap up. Oh fuck yeah, I got to look at that part of myself where I was a real bitch. That's part of the energy. That's part of the work. That's part of the transformation and changes that need to be made. And we're going to be entering a 20-year cycle with Pluto in Aquarius. Now, if you got my 5-year predictions, you already know what that means. And it's a prediction I did not like to make, but we're already starting to see it. We're already starting to see it. And with Saturn in Pisces for 2.5 years, and still with Neptune up to 2027, that's spiritual change and transformation, and has to do with karma. Saturn is the Lord of karma in the house of karma. Pisces is the house of karma. Everything ends in Pisces. It's the 12th house. So our karma, not only individually, but as a collective of the world, we are going to be unleashing a lot of fucking karma coming out. So there's a lot of work ahead that we are going to be doing in order for us to come into the heart space, come into the soul, come to the place where we need to go to. And this is, I'm going to say, this is one of the greatest challenges that we will be having. And people don't want to listen. People don't want to hear that. They just want to come in and get their latte and go. They don't want to deal with anything else. But when they turn around and they start seeing that the attack on the children, the attack on your food, on the economy, there's the wake-up calls. There's the time. When you start seeing, you know, like the Super Bowl, like, I mean, I would not give her my money to go see her in concert at all. And to see the outfit that she's wearing, it's like what I know through, and I can't say too much on here, but what I have been privy to and have seen with part of some of these music industries and Hollywood and what they do to get to where they are, it's very sinister. And it's very, and these are people that can be controlled so easy because they don't want to lose what they have or what they think they have, but what they really don't have. And sounds like I'm some kind of crazy preacher, but they don't have God. They don't have the goddess. They don't have the truth of that. They might play it. They might try and show you maybe, but they don't have the truth of it. And that's where we'll start seeing more of the crumbling coming down. But it's going to take some time. So today, this week, take heed on what's going to be unfolding, especially within the financial industry. Because just because it's in the States doesn't mean it won't affect us. It will affect us. There are companies that did take from those banks to help their own startups here in Canada as well. So you got to think of what that effect is going to have on many industries, how many industries are going to be going bankrupt by Wednesday, and how many people are going to be without a job and without a paycheck because they don't have the money. The money's not there. It's gone. So this is another form of saying, okay, so you thought 2008, and I know many of you were maybe babes in arms or too young to know what happened, but 2008 and the uprise and the interest rates of the 70s, whew, we ain't seen nothing yet. We ain't seen nothing yet. We are on the verge of this huge crumbling down of corruption and seeing a lot of people losing out and a lot of people losing jobs more so than what has been lost before. So hang on, people. Prepare. This isn't fear mongering. This is an awakening. This is where, when you awaken, it feels scary, but it's like, holy shit, okay, what do I need to do? So go take stock of what you have in your pantry. Go take stock in what you can start doing financially for yourself. Have you looked at your bank statement lately? I have. I wasn't too pleased with it, but I looked at it. Where do you spend your money the most? Get your bank statement out. Start checking it out. And some people will say, oh, well, that's not spiritual. Yes, it is. It's preparing. Going willy-nilly by the seat of your pants doesn't work anymore. That's not how it works, especially with Aquarius. Aquarius is not willy-nilly. Anybody, they're very, what do you mean you're doing it that way? How are you doing it that way? Why did you touch that thing? Why aren't you going this way? and it can be very cold because it is fixed air. It is the universal air energy, right? So Aquarius can be quite cold when it comes to things. So this is taking that look at, and Pluto controlling is the leader of so we have Pluto and Mars causing havoc. And who do they rule? Aries. Mars rules Aries, the god of war, and Pluto, the place of transformation and change in the depths of hell. Yeah. So, baby, wake up. And if you haven't taken a look around, start taking a look around. If you haven't looked at your bank statement, go on today, print it out, take a look at it, and start saying, okay, where can we do our reduction? Where can we do and reduce? Where have we been spending too much money? And it could be that you've been spending too much money at Starbucks. It could be that you've been spending too much money going somewhere else. And it's like, oh, I didn't realize I spent so much money there. It's amazing. It's amazing. And now that I work at Starbucks, I'm not spending money at Starbucks anymore. I buy coffee. I drink coffee here in the morning every day. I'm not going to the drive-through anymore, right? Huge change, right? Because I started taking a look. Oh my God, how much money am I spending there every day? Crazy. So this is starting to look at, like, what are my priorities with my spending, right? So of course you have to have food, you have to have your housing, you have to have your heat, transportation. So start looking at those things, are those things my priority? Have I been making those my priority? And that's the basic fundamentals. And when we start looking at that, we can start building on other things. If within your place. I am not a financial advisor. God help me, I am not a financial advisor. I listen to a lot of financial advisors, but this is where, actually awakening. And some of the changes, when you start looking at those things, are like, oh, I don't want to look at that. Oh, that's so hard. So yeah, it's hard. But the thing is that it becomes so much easier once we start doing it. The first couple weeks, the first month or two are difficult in changing your financial ways. But after that, it becomes second nature. So this is the big leap we're making, the leap of faith. And remember that you all have a spring attached to your ass. So if you think you're going to fall, don't worry, you're going to just bounce right back up. We all got a spring attached to our ass, and we all have beautiful angels that surround us and love us and guide us. And they are with us, whether we decide to do what we think we should be doing through our soul, or we decide just to go with our ego and go the other way. Angels are still with us. They don't judge us. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I said I'd be short. Of course, I go 30 minutes. So may the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you, and all that you say and all that you be and all that you do. Shine your light. Be true to you. Be true to who you know you are. And don't let anybody fuck with your light. God bless. And God is blessed.